Hi Blueprints, Viero here. Generally, people can differentiate between a good car and a bad one. You can ask about the specs of a smartphone or a computer to know if it's more powerful than the one next to it. And of course, there are low quality and premium brands for us to choose. But can you tell if a building is a good building? Or if there is high quality architecture and low quality architecture? Here, high-end designs meets reality. Something is good quality if it works properly and conveniently, if it's durable, and if there are no significant flaws in its design. Another parameter usually linked with quality is price. Generally, if something is remarkably good, it's also more difficult to produce or required some R&D. These general rules work for cars, clothes, furniture, everything produced by our minds, technology, and of course, it works the same for architecture and real estate products. But if that is the case, what makes a building low, mid or high quality? Can we simply evaluate a house by the numbers of the bathrooms in it? Is a building better if it has a spa, a swimming pool, and a little home theater inside? Well, there are some standards we have to establish first. What is good and bad architecture? We all have received memes of stupid designs and construction situations. It is clear for all of us that if the bathroom door hits with a toilet, everybody knows it is bad and non-convenient. But the problem is that there are numerous examples of poor quality design that diminish the value and prices of many buildings, which few people are aware of. Let's shed some light on this issue. The light problem. Space lighting is the great forgotten topic in many real estate transactions. Why? Because there are gazillions of buildings in the market that did not prioritize natural light in the design phase. So the moment those buildings have to be sold, it is a topic not to be spoken about. For a building and its spaces to have good natural light, we have to give some design preferences to the orientation, the facade opening system, and in some cases, choosing the right place for the building. Yes, there are many buildings that are doomed from the very moment they choose the place without thinking all the parameters. And there is the next issue. Location, location, and location. There is an old saying that tells us that there are three important parameters to start a local business or to buy a good building: location, location, and location. And why so much emphasis in this single topic? Do you know the core value of some international firms such as McDonald's or Zara? The answer is they follow this rule: location, location, and location. And that is why those firms are champions in the stock market. Apart from being exceptional firms in their niche, they own buildings and real estate assets placed in the best locations all around the world. On the opposite side of this equation, we all know what it is to choose a bad place to build, to work or to live. Poor public services, few shops or grocery stores, insecurity in the streets, or constant noise are just some of the red flags you have to run before buying or planning to build. But let's assume we have spotted the perfect place to plan our next real estate movement. What comes next? Well, next comes everything. Choosing your right architect. We have addressed this topic in our previous video. During a major renovation or new construction project, your architectural firm will provide you with a go-to person for all your questions, ideas, and intentions regarding the new building. This professional and the rest of the design and construction management team are essential to finish the final product with the best quality you can afford. spaces, structure design, and construction design, or focusing in finishings, details, are two important topics to ignore them. If you think of that, it is as good as asking and being informed about motors before buying a new car, even if you don't know much about car mechanics. So now you have an idea of how a low-tier building looks like. For a building to have the basics, it has to be well located, well illuminated, and to not have design or construction flaws. But what is really good architecture? Let's see. Good architecture is convenient. There needs to be a practical bond between a building and its users, a symbiosis where the inhabitants utilize the shelter and, in return, take care of its maintenance throughout its use. That is why the more convenience and services a building offers, the more people will want to use it, thereby increasing its market value. A hotel with optimal staff facilities and beautiful views for the guests. A house with a system of solar collection and storage system, and with a bath for each bedroom. A multi-story building with a smart mix of uses, such as residential units and retail spaces, is better than a pure residential one. A downtown shopping mall with an underground parking lot with enough space for each car. Pillars are always enemies here. Those are just some of the convenience features a building can offer. And believe me, in most of cases, they are very difficult to develop and bring to reality. Good architecture is versatile. Did you know that the building of the current Reina Sofia Museum in Madrid was originally designed and constructed in the 18th century as a hospital? Later, it underwent several transformations, including use as nursing school and storage space. This fascinating evolution reflects the building's adaptability and historical significance in Madrid's urban landscape. So, as the Reina Sofia Museum, now repurposed by Jan Nouvel, have you considered that a well-built building can outlast our time here? Every 10 or 20 years, our society looks and behaves completely differently. Our built structures and spaces evolve alongside us, striving to remain adaptable and useful through the decades. They continue to serve new generations of people who weren't around when buildings were originally designed. And this is a necessary condition of high-value buildings. Good architecture is versatile. Good architecture is singular. So now we know that every building has the opportunity to be a very big item tailored for you. What if I told you that literally everything and everyone in the construction field will try to make the new building similar to others, or uglier, or more vulgar? That is how every production system works, right? We have to use industrial techniques, common and approved construction systems, and we have to reduce costs. And if you are not prepared, or if you have an overly engineering mindset, economic forces can take your initial design and reduce it to another basic, boxy building with small windows. Your new project needs to be unique because high-value markets' needs are unique. To summarize, a distinctive building can be good architecture and a valuable real estate asset. And this quality is necessary but not sufficient. However, a common building designed prioritizing economic efficiency or construction optimization will never have more value than an industrial warehouse or military barracks. Beyond these basic parameters, we are talking about more than high-quality architecture. We are entering the realms of exclusive architecture and real estate. If you want this channel to talk more about exclusive real estate, just comment on this video with a building emoji and we will see what we can do. Until the next time, See the big picture and keep thinking big. Still there? Take a look at this.